Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. I'm Corey, and if I click the right buttons on my computer, there we go. You'll see I'm joined by Schoonology. How's it going? Good morning. I guess so, right? Yeah, noon for us on the East Coast. Maybe morning for some of you. How is it going? Thanks for tuning in. Oh, hey, chat, how's it going? Ooh, thank you, Chill Fox. I know some of you are late at night with time zones, so thank you for tuning in, everybody. Oh, we can't hear. Okay, one second. We are doing some sound issues. Give me just a second. Why can't we hear anybody? Do you want to say some stuff for us? That definitely isn't working. One second. Sorry, stream. Hopefully you don't see this on screen, but we will see in a second. Yep, that's what I thought. Move that off stream. Okay. Let's try talking.
Hello.
There we go. I think my bars on OBS went good. How about that, chat?
All right. Hopefully that fixed it. So again,
That works. Well then,
good
how about
morning,
this?
good evening, good night.
We'll cover
Good
all
to
of our
see
bases.
everybody. Glad to see chats live, people chiming in from different places with all kinds of hearts and waves, claps and hellos. So hello, everybody.
Hello, hello. Thank you all for joining us for our inaugural community tournament here. We're gonna be doing Snail Mode. And here, give me a second, team, and I will do my little Battlesnake intro, but first let me get something on screen for everyone to see. Yeah, that'll work. We can put the bracket up. This is going to be our bracket for Snail Mode, but before we get into the tournament, I will just do a quick little Battlesnake intro. I think we're all familiar with Battlesnake, but in case you are tuning in for the first time, what is Battlesnake and what are we here for today? Battlesnake is an online multiplayer programming game where you control the snake and try to be the last one alive on the board. So we'll see some games running in just a second, and it'll make some sense there once you see them. But one of the really cool things about Battlesnake for me, and I know a lot of other developers here, is that you can build it in any language and framework you want, as long as it can accept HTTP requests. So each turn, your snake server is going to get the full information about the board, where all the snakes are, where food might be, and let's see, can I get to a game? Now we'll see games in just a minute. I don't want to mess up my brackets here. And you want to be the last snake alive, so you have to decide each turn whether you want to go up, down, left, or right. And besides that, you get to decide everything else of why your snake wants to go one way or the other and give it a brain, basically. And today we're going to be doing a new game mode called Snail Mode. And this is going to be the first time we've seen Snail Mode in a tournament. And I haven't run many Snail Mode games myself leading up to this, so it'll be fun to see how these games turn out. And how Snail Mode's going to work is as each snake moves around the board, they're actually going to leave a trail of hazard sauce behind them. And the hazard sauce is gonna stack. So the closer to the end of a snake, the more hazards you're going to see. And there'll be like a darker gray color on the game board when we get started here. And they're going to do 14 damage per stack. So as soon as you get a few hazards on a square, it's gonna be spicy and do some damage to your snakes. And we're going to see how snakes might use their tail to maybe trap others in. And I think we'll see some fun strategies come up here. So yeah, that is gonna be Snail Mode. And let's look at the tournament bracket here. So this is our tournament bracket. We got 32 snakes joining today, which was awesome to see. Thank you everyone who threw in a snake. And I can see that chat is noticing that some of the games were pre-run. Just to make the stream a little smoother, I started running games an hour or so ago. And that is also why we are taking a look at a screenshot of the brackets now. If you're competing in the tournament today, maybe don't pull up the brackets right now, because you'll see a few spoilers of who made it through the group rounds. So these are going to be our brackets. We have groups A through H, I believe, here for our 32 snakes. Oh, G? G. Maybe there's only through a G. Or my screenshot got cut off. And so we're going to go through these rounds and start playing some Snail Mode games. And So let me do a little bit about how the tournament is going to work today. How the tournament works is we have 4 snakes in each group, and we're going to do 2 games for each of these first rounds. So we'll do two games with Group A, and the 2 winning snakes will advance to the quarterfinal round. So we'll run 1 game with all 4 snakes, and the snake that wins will advance, and then we'll run another game with the remaining 3, and that second snake will also advance to the quarterfinals. And we will do that through all of our group stages. And in the finals, we'll do something a little different. The finals are going to be the first snake to 3 wins will take home the gold, and everyone else will end as a finalist. And with that, I think, what do you think? Are we ready to jump into our Group A and take a look at the starting game?
I sure am. I don't know about chat, but
Yeah.
I'm ready to see some results. I'm ready to see some snakes duke it out.
Yeah, right? Let's see some snakes. Let's see some snails. Let me get the first game ready to go.
I see the chat mentioning adding support live. Yeah, I definitely. So I'm a little bit of context. I'm much newer to Battlesnake than Corey is. So I'm coming in this. I'm less than 2 months into Snake, but I definitely saw on the Discord a lot of chat about adding Snail Mode this week, Snail Mode support this week. So I love all the energy of last night deploys to try and get support for doing something other than running through the sauce in Snail Mode.
Yeah, I think we got some, like, within the last 12 hours, I saw some people pushing some code on Discord. So fingers crossed those deploys went out well for everybody. And here is our Group A match 1. Let's go through and say hi to all these snakes, why don't we? Up on the right-hand side, we got Bamboozle Snake by Less Hack with a nice pirate skin. Up in the top, we've got Dipstick by Patches the Dipstick. On the bottom with those swirled eyes is Maxine the Mule by Alex Martinez. And on the left here, we've got Smarty Tree by Sergio. I apologize for my pronunciation of all of your snakes and usernames, but we're going to do our best here. There's no timeouts. I just deployed 20 minutes ago and there are no timeouts. I like hearing that chat. Okay. Let's do it. Ooh, we didn't practice this, so I'm gonna put you on the spot, but you want to try to do a countdown to get this game started off for the first one here?
Sure, yeah, we can do
Okay.
this.
Let's try to do a countdown we'll do from 3, and we'll see
All
how
right,
it
everybody.
goes.
We're gonna do our first round in 3,
3,
2,
2, 1.
1.
Battlesnake! And we are off. You can see them dropping those snail modes behind him. And we lost Maxine the Mule early, and Dipstick also got eliminated by the hazards. So we're down to Smarty Tree and Bamboozle. And as I said that, the head-to-head with Smarty Tree there, unfortunately maybe on a timeout.
Maybe.
Hate to see it. But good job, Bamboozle Snake. Taking the quick win in match 1 of Group A there.
With that grizzly face, posing for the camera. It's great.
The pirate face really was the secret sauce there, I think. And okay, so like I said, this next game is going to be with our remaining 3 snakes. So let me get that
Right, so that means that Bamboozle Snake will proceed to the next round.
Yes,
but won't compete in the next game. All right, here we go.
Exactly. So we're down to 3 here for our Group A match 2, and we'll see Bamboozle Snake in the quarterfinals here in a bit.
Okay.
And let's just kick this off and see where we go.
All right, fight snakes, fight.
Oh wow. Okay.
Whoa.
That was a quick one. Turn 8, and we see Dipstick and Smarty Snake both go.
It looks like there might have been food in the middle. Yeah, so they both went for the food and lost in a head-to-head.
I like this one on turn 7 where we got all the snakes going for that center food. And
only Maxine decided to nope out of that situation.
Yeah, Maxine saw the chaos and decided to take a turn out of it. And there we go. That'll put Maxine through to our quarterfinals. Congrats, snakes.
I do appreciate, I believe the description for Maxine the Mule is just a snake trying to survive. Well, good work, Maxine. You survived that.
Well done. Made it to our quarterfinals. Okay. And with that, we are through with our first round. And let's pull up our second one and meet these snakes. There we go. Okay. Okay, so this is our group B here. Ooh, we got a different layout this time. I like that. In our top left corner, we got Battle Snack by Gifty. In the bottom left, we got Enderbot by Ender Invader. In our top right, we got Muley Snake Eye by Manic Magar. And down in the right corner, we got Snakeology by Scoon. This is your snake, right?
This is my snake. We'll see. So, Corey, you made space in the tournament so that so other people could compete. I did not do that. I was not as gracious as our host Corey here. I'm
I've
very curious to see what happens.
I've been in a few tournaments, so thought on doing on this side would be good enough. And we had 32 full participants. I wasn't expecting to fill it out, but wanted to give everyone a shot.
Yeah, that was great. This is my first tournament, so I'm very excited.
Yeah, exactly. So you gotta put your snake in for the first tournament.
Right?
Yeah.
Snake Club.
And well, good luck, and we will see how you do here in match 1 of Group B. Okay. 4 snakes for a little while, staying alive a
Oh,
little longer.
lasted longer than some of the other ones.
Yeah.
So the other
Oh,
matches.
we lost Enderbot to some hazards in the corner.
Hazards.
Let's see. Oh, there we go. Got Battle Snack
Wow.
got stuck in that same corner.
Looks like that one was a head-to-head.
Yeah, I think you might have taken them out there in that one.
No.
Oh,
Oh, all
you,
right. Okay.
and this one's a good one. I think we'll see a bit more of this, or I'm kind of hoping to, but we will see. This, like, you kind of trapped yourself in your snail tail there.
Right, right.
I think that'll be an interesting one. So I did take Hobbs, my snake, out of the tournament, but that was something that I didn't program into Hobbs. He knows that he can't run through the hazards, but he didn't know to not trap himself. So I was seeing this a
Right.
bit for myself as well.
And it was pretty interesting to see part of the debug logs that I get out of this are the damage that would be done for each square. And some of them get pretty, I mean, you stack those hazards and you get into several hundred damage for some of this sauce.
Yeah.
You're not surviving that.
Yeah, I think, this was our first time doing snail mode for a tournament. So, I think there's definitely some things we could think about tweaking for next time. One of those things is
Yeah.
that right now the hazard stacks are doing the kind of standard for Battlesnake. They do 14 damage per hazard. But like,
Sure.
in this case, when we have 13 or 15 stacked on top of each other, that, gets way higher than a snake health very quickly. So maybe there's
Yeah.
some tuning that could, eventually happen to snail mode.
Yeah, I think it'd be really interesting to see. Well, we can get into it later, but Sid Meier talks about having things, right? Like that's a common way to tune. I could see, bringing that down to 5 or even 3 and
Yeah.
seeing it chipping away rather than insta death.
Yeah, exactly. This one, like, almost you just create walls pretty quickly here, and maybe
Yeah.
maybe it would be more interesting to see something different. Okay.
Cool. Well, okay. So congratulations, Muley Snake Eye will progress to the next round.
Yes, and let's get the match 2 up here. Okay. So Muley Snake moves on, and we are left with our 3 snakes for this Group B match 2. And let's see who else will advance to our quarterfinals. Okay. Doing good. No one ate the food in the middle. They all went towards it. Ooh, what happened there? Battlesnack just ran out of health. I think even had food right around it and just wasn't
Just-
hungry.
Yeah, I guess.
Got some good snail
Those
tails
walls
going
showing
now.
up again.
Enderbot's got length on it at 16 here. I'm not 100% convinced if length is as, like, you box yourself in quicker. Ooh, there we go.
To that very point, it looks like it boxed it totally looped in on
Yeah.
itself.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
and
that's
like,
tough though. It because that wall is right there. It's trying to avoid its own hazards.
Yeah. I think so, right? Like, maybe there's a move left here with just a little bit of Oh, but Enderbot has not much health. this one's a tough one.
Yeah.
Not too many moves. But you will advance then with Snakeology hanging out in the
Okay.
top here, and we will see you in the
Great.
quarterfinals.
All right, Snakeology.
I like
Badly
that.
coded Snakeology. We'll see you in a little bit.
And actually, while we were mentioning it, you were chatting with me yesterday or so, and Snakeology, and we'll mention this about some other snakes as we get going, is a pretty heuristic-driven snake, right? Not using some of the more named algorithms like Monte Carlo or Min-Max or the others.
Yeah, credit to the Battlesnake engine that I think it leaves a lot of room for. Yeah, yeah, there's a lot of min-max and tree search, and we'll see a lot of that today. But it's accessible enough that I optimized mine for fun to tinker with. So part of the thing that I really wanted was something where I could understand when it makes a mistake exactly how it made that decision and go and tune and tweak and test again. And I appreciate that. Yeah, the way the JSON's laid out, a lot of this stuff is pretty easy to sort of think around. And I'll find myself. I don't know about anybody else in chat. Chime in here, but I have a lot of shower idea battle snake tweaking. We're like, oh, you know what it could do in this circumstance that I know it hates. It could do this instead, and I bet that would help.
Nice. I like that. Yeah, we were chatting, and sometimes with the fancy tree searches, you kind of just shrug your shoulders and can't decide what the snake did. Sometimes
That's
it's
right.
it's nicer to be able to reason through it a little better.
Shower snake, absolutely. Maybe that's a tag I need to add. Is a shower snake? It's the sort of snake that you tweak in the shower.
I like that. We'll work on that shower tag. That's a good one. Okay, but let's take a look at Group C here. We've got Battle Snail by the Confessor in the top left. We got two snails in this mode here. I like that. We got Battle Snail and Soma Mini in the top right, both rocking the snail head at least. Um, Down in the left, we got Golden by Golden Eyes. I like the branding here. We got golden eyes and golden color. Branding is definitely important in Battlesnake. So I like that one. And then we got One by Yao. Ooh, man. Yao, I'm going to go with. That's definitely not the correct pronunciation, but I'm going to pretend it is for now. Um, and there we go. Let's see who can advance in Group C here. Is it going to be one of our snails, or is it going to be someone else? Let's find out. So, oh, we lost one pretty early there. It looked like one might have just ran right up into Soma's body. And then, oh, Golden ran into Soma's body as well.
Soma is collecting quite the body count.
Yeah. And Soma and the Confessor, I believe, are both pretty high up in our leaderboards at the moment. We don't have a Snail Mode leaderboard, so it's definitely not the same game mode. But interesting to see.
So we did see Soma taking advantage of one of the exceptions to the sauce, which is if you're right behind the tail, then it won't secrete. I don't know if that's the right word. Some sauce behind. It was able to make. It's actually made a couple of those. It made one earlier crossing paths with Battle Snail. So very
Nice.
impressive. These are both. I believe these are both tree search snakes. So some very impressive decisions, literal split-second decisions made by these snakes.
Yeah. I do think they are both tree search. And actually, something else that was really interesting is I'm not sure if Battle Snail was doing this on purpose, but Battle Snail threw a few through timeouts right here. Got some 500s with some timeouts, but luckily had some empty board and it didn't do too badly for him.
Yeah, I found that really interesting. I did try a tree search, Monte Carlo search, like that the risk reward of pushing right up against that wall. It
Mm-hmm.
looks like Battle Snail might have pushed it a little too far,
Yeah, I think so.
but lucked out.
Um, but yeah, exactly. Lucked out and was able to advance to our quarterfinals. And yeah,
Congratulations, Battle Snail.
yeah, congratulations. And yeah, Brad in chat was mentioning the tail chasing. Yeah, tail chasing is still allowed. Just to chat about that a little bit. Um, It's a little bit allowed because of an implementation detail, just of how the custom maps work.
Mm.
We at one point when me and Josh Lafayette, who helped me develop this, the beginning of 2022 now almost. Um, One of the things that we realized in how the game implementation works is we could have spawned hazards on the heads when you're tail chasing, but it would never have done damage. So we thought it looked a little better and kept the snails looking nice if tail chasing just kind of, you know, didn't was kind of an edge case, right? Was the exception to the standard rules there. And I think it makes for some fun looking games.
Yeah, and actually, on an implementation side, I'll say that it made it much easier to add support for snail
Mm.
mode because you don't have to be quite so predictive. I feel like in a lot of
Yeah,
you'd have to make specific predictions just for snail mode only if you unless this one caveat existed. So
yeah.
with the caveat, it made it a lot more accessible.
Yeah, that's fair, right? Because like, in that case, if you had to know that hazards were gonna spawn on the tail and do something more special.
Specific to snail mode. Yeah,
Yeah,
agreed.
exactly. Oh
All right,
hey,
so we got
and
Golden One and Soma Mini.
yes, Golden One and Soma Mini, and I was just saying hey to Josh Lafayette joining in chat. He is the one I was just mentioning helped develop Snail Mode initially. So hey Josh, thanks for stopping by. Um, and let's see what happens in Group C here with Golden One and Soma Mini. They all take their initial food, but then One and Soma take a head to head a little bit. Oh, and there we go. Soma
Whoa.
quickly got Golden just trapped on the side there with a little bit of length advantage, and just trapped him on the wall there. Kind of.
I don't see the aggressive tag on Soma Mini, but maybe we need a passive aggressive tag. But because between the last round and this one, just racking up these implicit kills with other
Yeah.
snakes running into it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Soma really got aggressive here, and this is one thing that I like noticing about the tree search snakes. Is that you can tell when Soma has decided they won the game. Like this move, they took about 400 milliseconds, used most of their time, but then here you can see that they drop to 117, and then from there just keep getting lower, as they've
Interesting.
basically done the whole game tree, and they know how it's gonna end, and just don't need to keep thinking too hard. Um,
That is fascinating.
and so you can see Soma will advance there by trapping Golden. Good job, Soma, and thanks for competing, Golden and One. Hope to see you in some more tournaments here soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so that is Group C, and let's go on to Group D here. I think Group D, once we finish that, will put us halfway through our first round here. Okay. Got that copied. Okay, so wait, did I skip a group?
Yeah, this is Group
Yeah.
E.
Yeah, I was gonna say that letter was, well, that'll be our matchup for the next one, but let me get the right URL copied over. Let's try this again. There we go. This is the one we wanted. And Group D, let's see who we've got. Down in the bottom here, we got Bill by B. Campbell with the nice bullet head. On the right here, we got Shai Hulud by Deep Enshu Ruat 6. I'm gonna go with Shai Hulud for the snake name there. In the top, we got Space Heater by General Error. General Error was one of the people doing a deploy within the last 12 hours. So good luck with that, with those changes, General Error. And on the left, we have Jaguar by Wary Ferryman. Both Jaguar and Space Heater and Shahilud and B. Campbell. These are all very, snakes that you'll see around in tournaments if you've been around a bit. And I think this will be a good group. And with that, let's kick it off and see who can advance to our quarterfinals.
Right. Fight snakes, fight.
Oh, okay. We lost
Yeah,
Shahilud and build a head-to-head quickly.
even being relatively new, Jaguar and Space Eater were two names that I recognized immediately off the leaderboard.
Yeah. They are two very dominant snakes for sure. I think I remember B Campbell in Discord was lamenting his bracketing when the brackets came out and was sad he ended up with Jaguar and Space Heater.
So here's a
But
situation where we saw the wall of hazards.
oh yeah, Space Heater, yeah, going into this little cavern or whatever here, gets trapped by all the walls and doesn't have a way to go. So there we go. This one's interesting. Like, this is one of those cases where I think the snakes are smarter than I am looking at it, but it looks like Space Eater might have a way out at this turn. But I'm not sure if that's just if that's real or if I'm just counting badly in my head.
And this
But
could be because I don't understand it as well. I certainly don't. But this feels like a downside on the tournament, particularly for such a new format for the tree searches, because they have to so deeply understand the rule set that they can be that accurate.
yeah, yeah, that's
Um,
a exactly because like what I was saying to someone before, and General Error in Discord, yeah,
I
doesn't
in the
understand
chat.
their move here. And so I'm not sure if this is what's going on with Space Eater here, but in like my tree search right now that doesn't know how the hazards are going to go away, my snake would just see these as like walls that would never move.
Yeah.
And to your point, you gotta know how snail mode works to see the escape here, and so
Yeah.
maybe that was part of it. And well, good job,
Congratulations,
Jaguar.
Jaguar.
Yes, congrats on making it through. And let's get our second snake through to our quarterfinals.
Again, with all of these heavy hitters in our group D here.
Yes, this is a slightly scary group D for sure. And okay, we got Bill up top, Shy Halud on the right, and Space Heater down on the bottom. And let's see how it's going. Okay, they each took their own food. Oh, Space Heater took the head-to-head with Shy Halud. Oh, Space Heater got really hungry there, but got the food in
Really
the end.
close.
Space Heater was being aggressive there.
Yeah.
Really going after
Went
Bill.
right for the kill.
Had just a little bit of length advantage, 8-6, and just really went aggressive on the forcing the head to, or not quite a head-to-head, but forcing Bill into a little trap there. Congrats, Space Heater. Nice
Yeah,
win
that's best.
there. Oh, checking out chat. Don't even support Wrapped. That's okay. I don't think that'll work for Snail Mode. Maybe for
As
next
a
time we'll go back to Wrapped.
and I seem to remember, correct me in the chat, please, so that we all know. I seem to remember Wrapped isn't going to come back for a little bit. As a noob, I was very appreciative to see that I didn't have to implement that right away. And yes,
Wrapped.
congratulations. Last minute deploy success. Space Eater also progresses.
Yes, good games. Space Heater, Jaguar, Bill, and Shy Halud in Group D there. And that'll put us halfway through our round here and moving on to Group E. So let me pull up this game. Okay, Group E. We've got Bin Snake by AF7567 down in the bottom left. Oh, I like that like relaxed smile face. I like that one. Ooh, Cake Monstret V2 by Petzo in the bottom right here. Shapeshifter by Jonathan Arns in the top right, rocking their custom many-eyed head that they got from winning one of the tournaments last year. And T-Bot by Terra Nerd in the top left corner. And let's get started on this Group E. Okay. Got all four snakes for a good 30 turns here so far. Oh, there we go. We lost T-Bot by Terra Nerd to a head-to-head.
Another head to head.
Got a Shapeshifter really staying in the center. As I say that, they stop doing that and take out Cake Monstrat. Oh, and there's
Oh, we
another one
see
of
that
those.
wall again.
Yeah, just trapped on the wall all the way. So good job, Shapeshifter, getting that win locked in. And yeah, the same. I looking at the latencies again. Shapeshifter knew it for a while down here.
Yeah, that's
And
impressive.
just trapped him against the wall. Good.
As a newcomer, I noticed the shebang on the snake and thought that was kind of interesting. So I went to look, and snake is implemented in Bash,
Oh,
or
that's a
so the
fun one.
tags say. Hopefully that's still true because I found that to be mind-boggling.
That's awesome. I love that. It's a was a real good, good competitive snake for being written in Bash.
Yeah, well,
Congrats on
and
that.
hey, it still has one more attempt to
Yeah,
make it to the quarterfinals.
exactly.
Congratulations, Shapeshifter.
So let us pull up that next game and see if Bin Snake can make it to our quarterfinals. Okay. So we are left with Bin Snake, Cake Monstret, and T-Bot in our Group E Match 2 to see who can make it to our quarterfinals. And go! Oh no! Our Binge Snake just immediately moved up and out of bounds, maybe to some timeouts.
Got
Hate to see
embarrassed.
it. Yeah, right. We talked too much about
We
it.
were
We
talking about it. We were talking about it.
we caster cursed him. Oh no, I apologize. I'm sorry.
That is
Um,
my fault. I accept responsibility, Binge Snake. I'm so sorry.
but that means that Cake Monstret V2 is gonna advance to our quarterfinals. Congrats, Petso. And
Congratulations.
let's get our Group F on screen here. Okay. Okay, here is our Group F Match 1. Let's see who we've got today. We've got Black Mamba over on the left by 231 Ballis W. We've got Lancer in the right by No Snoz. I love that rocket ship head. I think that's a newer one. It's a fun one. In the bottom, we got Sharktopus by Coding Inch. I love the shark head. That's a good one, and I hope to see some octopus tail
The
maybe to fit the
flexing
name.
of it.
And Unipirate by Fluffy Unicorn in the nice bright pink in the top there. And good luck, everyone. Let's see how Group F does. Okay, we lost Sharktopus to an out of bounds quickly, unfortunately. And then, ooh, we lost some snakes real quickly there. We
Just
lost.
35 turns. That was
Yeah, so
fast.
let's go back just a little bit. How did we lose Unipirate up in this left corner?
Unipirate said hazard.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
just diving into the snail sauce a little bit too much. Maybe not understanding the stacked hazards if I were to make a guess.
I would think, yeah, I think so.
Um, and then what happened here with Black Mamba staying on the wall here, and then just oh, similar
Same.
thing, just diving into the hazard sauce, unfortunately. So yeah, you gotta that is one thing that is pretty new and different about snail mode is the stacked hazards where there are multiple hazards on one square. If you had a battle snake from the other competitions before, that might be something that is new for you. But congratulations, Lancer and No Snoz, from making it to our quarterfinals.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't see in the tags whether Unipirate and Black Mamba are doing that tree search, and whether they're trying to predict those seemed like otherwise intelligent moves, except like you said, Corey, about those stacked hazards. So
Yeah,
if we see snail mode in the future, I imagine there'll be some changes to add support for that.
yeah, exactly. I think we'll hopefully see snail mode again eventually. Give people some more time and have some new thoughts to prepare for it for sure.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Yeah, so match two here in Group F. We got Black Mamba up top, we got Sharktopus in the left, and Unipirate down in the bottom. Let's see who we can get as our second advancing to the quarterfinals here.
All right, bite snakes bite.
Oh, Sharktopus I think, just ran right off the board. And
It
then
just it's looking for the water. It's gotta.
yeah, yeah, just was wanting to swim away. Oh, and that's actually interesting. I thought Sharktopus might have only moved down, but it did not. It did some turns at first, and then just ran off the board.
Yeah, fine. So I'm
Um,
seeing some errors on Sharktopus too. I don't know if you can see that. It's not
oh
timing out. But it looks
yes,
like it's having some trouble. That's
you're
a shame.
right. It
Hate to see
does. Yeah, never a fun way
that. No.
to get out of the tournament. But congrats to, I believe, Unipirate for taking home this win. This Black
Yeah,
Mamba looks to be maybe the same thing we were talking about before. Just
does look
diving
like
into
it.
the hazard sauce just a little bit too much.
Doing some tail chasing there, maybe.
Yeah. Well, congrats to Unipirate for advancing. And that is Group F. We've got two more groups to get through in our group rounds. So let's pull up Group G. I do think in my initial screenshot, got cut off Group H. So there is a Group H, and we will see that, in just a minute. But I apologize for anyone who ended up in Group H and missed their intro at the beginning. We will see your snakes in just a second.
Just a few.
Okay, but before we get to H, this is Group G. And we've got Boundless Scuttle Coil in the bottom left by Chillfox. In the top left, we've got Let Go Loafer by Nuga. In the bottom right, we got Serpent the Second by Kenwright22. And Warm Snake in the top right by Career77. And let's see who can advance out of Group G here. I like that we've got some of the standard heads here in all different colors though. They have a good theme going on. We got some
Don't need to be
Chill
fancy,
Fox.
just kind of yeah.
Yeah, we got some love for Chill Fox and some of the other snakes in chat. So good luck everyone in Group G. But yeah, no need to be fancy with the heads. The colors are nice, and they got some good tails at least on Let's Go Loafer. All four snakes stay alive until I say that, and we lose Let Go Loafer, and then
All the
Boundless.
two totally vanilla designed snakes. Well, congratulations, Warm Snake. Look at that.
Yeah, all of the power went into the programming there and not into the branding, but it seems like it worked out for you, Warm Snake. So congrats. That was some of the it's fun. Some of these are ending pretty quick, and some of them are going longer.
Yeah.
We're seeing some very different matches today, and that's fun. Let's see what match 2 looks like here in this group. Okay. So now we've got Boundless at the bottom, Let Go Loafer on the right, and Serpent the Second on the left. Let's see. Boundless ate their food, and the other two went for the center food. And all just kind of hanging out at the moment, doing some tail chasing. Oh, Let Go Loafer, I think, just ran through the hazard sauce there. Boundless is getting hungry, but gets some food. Oh, it was looking so good. And then, oh yeah, the stacked hazards. Serpent just went up and trapped themselves in some hazard stacks. So good job, Boundless Scuttle Coil, advancing to our quarterfinals. And let us get our Group H up here. This is going to be our last group of these group rounds, and we will go to the quarterfinals after this. Okay. So here is Group H, Match 1. We've got Coolest Snake by Free Thrill in the bottom right corner. We've got Magnaboss by Greg Lever in the bottom left. We've got Sir Tiger by Poopy Dog in the top right. And I'm gonna go with just Tenga by Samuel Tenga in the top left with the 2022 and some initials. And let's see how Group H goes. We've got some very bright reds and yellow colors here. Very, very on-brand group in colors. Let's see. Okay, so we lost Magna Boss maybe to just some errors or timeouts, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And got a little bit of a quick one
Wow.
there.
All
Coolest Snake
right. That was
coming away
super
with the
fast.
win. Let's just go back a little bit here. Where did we lose Sir Tiger to? Sir Tiger, oh, with the
The head to
head-to-head.
head. Yeah.
Both going for that food, maybe, and just didn't have the length on Coolest Snake. And then we ended by Coolest Snake, yeah, just trapping Tenga in the corner up here.
Right up against that wall again.
Yeah, I wonder,
Another tree search.
yeah, I wonder if people, we did Wrapped for all of last year, and I wonder if maybe some of these snakes are still a little bit thinking they can Wrapped, or, maybe something.
Interesting.
They're not, they're preferring the walls a little bit, and I don't know, maybe
Well,
it
I
has
also
something to do
think
with that.
Yeah, I also feel like as I was writing the heuristics and thinking about the rules, I wound up going up against the walls a lot. I actually had to teach it to stay away from the walls to not get trapped so often. So I think part of it just descends from that. It kind of reminds me a lot of battle bots, right? Like you get those walls, you get pinned right up against the wall and then slam. And I
Yeah.
think there's a lot of that. Or maybe Tron, for anybody who's seen the
Mm.
old school Tron, the original one, where they get the bike right up against the wall and slam.
Yeah. Yeah, the
Well, again,
walls.
congratulations, coolest snake. That was well played. You could see just sneaking right up against there, slamming it into
Yeah.
the wall.
Yeah, using the walls to your advantage there. Congrats, coolest snake. Okay, our second of Group H. Okay, let's get this going. Okay, Group H match 2. Our yellow snake advanced last time, so we've got the reds and oranges. We
Oh,
got Magnaboss by Greg Lever in the bottom. We got Sir Tiger on the left and Tenga over here on the right. We got two of the Tiger King heads and one of the penguins. I like it. And let's see who else can make it to our quarterfinals. Oh no, unfortunately it does look like Magnaboss from Greg was still throwing some errors or timing out. Ran
20
right off of the
turns.
board. And yeah, we got a quick one. So besides Magna Boss, let's see. So they both kind of just go right for this bottom right corner. Both Sir Tiger and Tenga. And Sir Tiger just trapped right in the corner there. The snail hazards don't give him too much of a way out and eventually just run into the body. Oh, you know what this one might be actually?
The food.
The food, exactly. I think they thought they could tail chase there, but Tenga had just eaten the food, so its tail didn't move, and ended with a body collision. That one's a tricky one.
Very.
Not specific to Snail Mode, but that one has got many a snake in the past. And that'll do it for our group round. So let me pull up our bracket page and we will generate brackets for the quarterfinals. Okay. There we go. Now let me get this so you all can see it on your screen. Get rid of all of those tabs and look at our bracket view that we are fine with spoilers at the moment. Okay, here is our bracket view. No spoilers here because I haven't run these games yet, but I will get them started in just a second in the background. So in our quarterfinals, we've got, I believe, 4 quarterfinal brackets. So actually, I'm gonna go click some buttons in my admin view to get some games rolling, and I'm not gonna refresh our bracket page. Okay, so in quarterfinal A, we've got Boundless Scuttlecoil and Cake Monstrat V2 and Bamboozle Snake and Soma Mini. That'll be our first quarterfinal bracket. And we will move on from there to quarterfinal B with Battle Snail, Maxine the Mule, Shapeshifter, and Warm Snake. I feel like, just like you were saying with the first rounds, I feel like we've got some good quarterfinals. I feel like the brackets,
Yeah.
are pretty good. Pretty mixed, In quarterfinal C, we've got Muley Snake Eye, Uniprivate, Tinga, and Jaguar. And in our quarterfinal D, our last quarterfinal here, we've got Coolest Snake, Lancer, Snakeology, and Space Heater. Okay. I was thinking that it was Space Heater and Coolest Snake in the same group round, but it was Jaguar. The yellows were throwing me off.
Yeah. Good
So
mix-ups here.
yeah, we'll see some new matchups here, and that'll be a lot of fun. And so I think we are ready to kick it off with our first quarterfinal game. Let me pull this up and
So
get
while
it
you're
on
pulling that up,
stream.
a noob question. So you mentioned eating their own food versus the center food. Is that always how the matches start? Because I can't say I noticed that.
Yeah, so we can see that in just a sec, 'cause I will pull up this next, our
It
quarterfinal
certainly appeared to
A.
be true for all the matches. Now that you said it on stream, I'm thinking, oh, okay. I didn't realize that you each get your own food.
Yeah, so that is how it works in the standard, especially with the 4 snakes. I think once the game engine adds, like 8 snakes, sometimes it's not quite as nice, I think. But in
Okay.
these 4 snake ones, you definitely get one food within 2 steps of your snake head, and then the one in the center that all the snakes can fight for.
Okay.
And I think beyond that, they become random. I think the only deterministic
Sure.
food spawns are these initial ones.
That's awesome. All right.
Yeah.
So quarterfinal A.
Quarterfinal A, yeah. So we've got Bamboozle Snake in the top here. We've got Boundless Scuttle Coil on the right. Cake Monsterette V2 on the bottom. And Soma Mini off to the left. We've got a very, lots of different colors here. We're not going to confuse any of these snakes. I like it. And let's kick off our quarterfinals. Okay.
Bite.
Let's see. Okay, we're all 4 snakes staying alive for a little bit. Always fun to see. As I say that always, we lose 2 of them. We lost Soma Mini and Boundless. And
Scuttle
then
coil losing to, it says out of health, but there's a lot of hazards going on down
yeah,
there.
let's rewind here a little bit and take a look. So here we have all 4, but then I think Boundless and Soma both kind of go to this bottom left corner. Boundless is maybe even chasing Soma. Close. And then, yeah, Boundless just gets trapped in some hazards without really a good way out. Oh, that's good, though. Gets out of it enough to stay alive for a few more turns.
Just a
But
few more.
not enough to find food.
It's gonna starve
Hoping,
with dignity.
exactly, hoping on that lucky food spawn down there. Just didn't come for him, unfortunately. And then Bamboozle Snake and Cake Monstrat. How do they finish it off here? Oh, with a nice head-to-head.
Head. All right. If we're gonna
Ooh.
go out with style. Well
Yeah,
done.
and especially here, right, where you have the choice between the wall hazard dive and the head-to-head. Definitely take the chance on the head-to-head. I think that's the right call there.
Got to. Nice
But
job, Bamboozle.
yeah, Bamboozle, good
So
job.
these are the same rules as the first round, right?
Yep. So
Okay, Bamboozle
Bamboozle
progresses.
will advance, and let's get our next quarterfinal game opened. Okay. For everyone following along at home on stream, these games are running much more close to real time, so as always for these tournaments, don't check your logs unless you want to get some spoilers for yourself. Games are running now. Okay, so for our quarterfinal A, match 2, we've got Boundless on the left, Cake Monstret V2 on the bottom, and Soma Mini up top. And let's see who makes it to our semifinals. Okay. Boundless hanging out up top. Soma's staying in the center, controlling it. Oh, Cake Monstret kind of alone in the
Hazards up,
corner.
and then the wall.
Yeah, and then the wall. Yep, again trapped against the wall there. We've seen quite a few of those today, getting trapped
Yeah.
on the walls. I think part of it for me that I haven't seen these in a while is we just did Wrapped all of last year, like I said, so I just
Uh,
haven't seen these wall traps in a while. I forget how dangerous they can be. What happened with Cake up here? Is it just the yep, trapped them?
Stack hazards.
It's the stacked hazards and the wall. They kind of trapped themselves against the wall there, unfortunately. But then congrats Soma Mini then on the advance to the semifinals out of our quarterfinals. Okay, and let us pull up our next game. Ooh, look at that. And this is why okay, there we go. It is up. This one looks like it could be a longer one though, which is always fun to see. And let's see who's in our quarterfinal group B. Okay, match one
I
of
agree,
B.
Extagon. I see Extagon on the chat saying the finals are going to be epic, and there's no way that's not going to be true today.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm excited to get there soon. Okay. Even all these quarterfinals and semifinals I think are gonna be exciting. I'm excited for all these games today. Okay. So quarterfinal B, match one. We've got Battle Snail by the Confessor in the bottom left. Maxine the Mule by Alex Martinez in the bottom right. Shapeshifter by Jonathan Arns in the top left. And Warm Snake by Career in the top right. And let's see how quarterfinal B goes. Okay. Oh, we lost Warm Snake to some hazards, and then Maxine to also some hazards. We'll rewind and take a look at those in a few. So it's Battle Snail and Shapeshifter battling it out. Battle Snail seems happy to stay to itself along the edges here.
Love to see this pattern where there's a gap in the hazard trails, which means that one of the snakes figured out to cut the other right behind the tail, make
Yeah.
that path for itself. Very clever.
Yeah, the tail chases get even more like risky here sometimes though with the hazards, but did a very good job here of knowing how to control their tail basically. Yeah, so then Shapeshifter just pushes has a little bit of length advantage on Battle Snail and just pushes him into the corner with nowhere to go. Congrats, Shapeshifter. That was a good one. 188 turns is like, on the longer side that we've
Very,
seen today.
very respectable. And I think it really came down to area control. I think you really saw Shapeshifter dominating the top 2/3,
Yeah.
and Battle Snail ran out of space.
Yeah, just didn't have anywhere to go. Okay, so let's get our quarterfinal B match 2 pulled up. Okay. Quarterfinal B match 2. We've got Battle Snail in the top right, Maxine the Mule in the bottom left, and Warm Snake in the top left. Let's see who can advance with Jonathan and Shapeshifter into our semifinals. Okay, Battle Snail's got the length, got those two center foods that spawned.
Really aggressive start.
Yeah. Maxine got trapped by the
Oh,
hazards, and the wall again here by Battle Snail. Just getting Warm Snake trapped against the wall with nowhere to go. Nice job, Battle Snail. Aggressive getting the food out at the start there and seemed to pay off for him. Okay. Good job, Battle Snail, making it to our
yeah.
semifinals.
While you're pulling up the next game, we were talking about earlier that I've been developing just a heuristic bot for
Yeah.
this. And so it's been interesting to kind of look at, well, what rules should I teach it? And one of the ones that I've been playing around with is almost like chess, where the central spaces become really critical to long-term play and long-term survival. So it's interesting to kind of see the opposite workout of the extreme risks of being out on the very edge of the board.
Yeah. Yeah, and those are definitely related, right? If you have that center, like you're saying, sometimes you can push the other snakes to the edge even. So it's like even
Yeah,
it's
we
it's
really
it's
saw Battle Snail take from that center right for the wall. Hard right,
Yeah,
Damn, win the round. Well done. Well played. That was very, very cool.
good games all around. It's been a great tournament so far, and we're not even through our quarterfinals. We got some good snails and snakes for today. Okay, let's see. Quarterfinal C. We got Muley Snake Eye in our bottom right. We got Unipirate in the bottom left. Tenga in the top left. And Jaguar in the top right. And let's see who can make it to the semis. They each take their own food and then kind of go for the center. Unipirate got the center food, but then got trapped in some hazards.
Some hazard sauce.
Oh, Tenga got trapped in the corner there by Jaguar.
And we're seeing one snake kind of taking the middle.
Yep. Oh,
Oh no.
oh, the
Oh,
the
Muley
error
Snakes
or
and
the
some
timeout.
timeouts.
Unfortunate way to. Oh, and a few of them in a row there actually. Oh, yeah, it's unfortunate.
I hate to see that.
Yeah, not a not a good way. But you have another chance in our second quarterfinals here, Muley Eye
You
Snake, in
do.
just a second. Congrats, Jaguar, for
Well done, Jaguar.
making it to the
Definitely still
semis.
plenty of smart plays by Jaguar staying in the middle there.
Yeah, yeah, they really were staying in the center there and controlling the board, which is so important, especially with the snail trails. Okay, that was quarterfinal match 1. Let us pull up quarterfinal match 2. Okay, quarterfinal C match 2. We got Muley Eye Snake in the top right, Unipirate in the bottom left, and Tenga here in the top left. And let's see who can be our second snake from this quarterfinals into the semifinals.
Right, bite snakes bite.
Okay, oh, everyone's avoiding their center food. And Unipirate just went into the hazards there. Maybe the stacks got him. Tanga's getting long.
Those hazards, Unipirate's nemesis today.
Yeah. And so Tanga's doing the opposite of what we were just talking about, it seems like, hanging out on the edges
Both
until
of
it
them.
stops.
Nice, smart move by Muley.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, ooh, they're I don't
I
know.
I'm gonna make a guess that Tanga might not be a tree
Oh,
search snake. Does come away with the win and is gonna make it to our semis. Um, but I think there's a few spots back here where Tanga might have had the win if they wanted it.
yeah. I
I
see.
think.
Tenga is tagged as both clueless but also classy, and I agree. Tenga,
Ah,
that was some classy
that was.
sports conduct.
Yes, that was some sportsmanship, some classy play. Didn't take the two chances they had here for pushing Muley into the walls, but still is able to come away with the win at the end with a nice wrapping it
Box
up,
again. Yep.
standard stakes snake style. Good win.
Well
Congrats,
played.
Tanga, making it through to the semis. Yeah, it's always fun to see the not aggressive snakes. Sometimes they look like they're playing with their food a little bit. Felt that a little bit here with Tanga.
We got some cat snakes in the tournament.
We don't see Pruz in this tournament, but in the winter championship, Pruz is a very competitive snake that seemed to be doing that a few times. There was a few times I felt like they were playing with their food and just letting the other snake live just for a few more turns.
That's fantastic.
That was those were some fun games for sure. And let's us pull up our quarterfinal D, the last of our quarterfinals here.
Last group.
Okay, quarterfinal D, our last quarterfinal group. Coolest Snake is in the top here. We got Lancer on the bottom. You with Snakeology here on the right. And Space Heater over here on the left. You might have gotten in a tough quarterfinal here.
I don't know that there was a non-tough
I
quarterfinal for it to have been put in.
think you're right on that one. We had some tough competition today.
Very.
Well, good luck to you, and let's see how this
Thank you.
quarterfinal goes. Okay. All four snakes kind of towards the center here. not taking the outside. Space Heater and Lancer both in that same-ish area. Space Heater had the head-to-head with Lancer, and then Lancer with the hazards. And ooh, Coolest Snake getting
Ouch.
aggressive there with that pushing against the walls there.
Well played. Well
Well,
played.
well played, Coolest Snake. Yeah, this was aggressive. Coolest Snake could have just taken the, trapping you on the wall like we've seen a few times, but went for the head-to-head.
Had the length and used it.
Yep, exactly. Nice and quick. Okay. And so let's pull up our quarterfinal D match 2 and see who the next snake making it to our semifinals is. Okay.
Well, Wilson, I see the comment on the 10 milliseconds per turn.
Oh,
Actually, while you're pulling up the next game,
yeah.
I'll answer the question. Snakeology is hosted. I think it's DigitalOcean. I know. I do have to say, when I talk about Battlesnake with the developers, they talk about it like trading on Wall Street. Oh, do you go for co-hosting? And I said yes. Actually, they're very gracious with explaining exactly and even selecting where the requests are coming from, so you can actually pick where you're hosting your snake to maximize the performance there. And we should talk about chess mode at some point, because I think that the chess clock is also an
Yeah.
interesting element of that. But yeah, that part of that is entirely based on the Battlesnake engine, making it so clear and well documenting where you can host, which is
Yeah.
great. Good to see.
Yeah, I
As
really
a newcomer, I really, really appreciated that.
Yeah, and like one of the other things that we see a lot of people do, or a handful of people do, that's really fun with that is picking a region close to where you physically live and then putting a Raspberry Pi in your basement or kitchen and running your snake from there. And
Absolutely
that's
love. I know we have a handful today that are self-hosted. There's also plenty today. I saw some Fly IOs and some Replits. Some of the, I think in the docs they refer to them as a little bit more entry level, but just really accessible hosting and still very competitive snakes.
yeah. It's fun to see the range of different like languages and server providers and all kinds of things that we get in Battlesnake. It's one of my
All right.
favorites.
One more question was one of my predictions for this round. See if I have the caster curse. I assume the caster curse is if I say they're going to win, they lose. I really do think Space Eater's going to take this because I've seen them in previous tournaments. But it wouldn't hurt for that to wind up with some caster curse, because I really think they're incredibly competitive here.
Yeah, and then me and Brad did the same thing at the same time and forgot which Twitch channel we were in and tried to use the caster curse Twitch chat thing, and neither of us remembered what channel we were in apparently. So but yes, you got it. That is the lore of the caster curse.
Love it. Love it. Well, there you go. Then yeah, Space Eater is totally going to win this one.
Let's see how that prediction holds here for our quarterfinal D match 2. Okay. Space Heater going out for the food lead and getting big. I like Lancer was staying with just 3 there.
Poor Lancer. Yeah, Lancer was really trying to survive there
Yeah.
and avoided some tough confrontations, but wound up getting it.
Oh,
Okay, wow.
okay. Well, so General
Space
Error
Eater.
was gonna
Yeah, that's
say,
the one that we wound up talking about previously. I think so, right? General Error. I think
yeah,
we were talking about Space Eater before, and
we.
previously the late night deploys had worked out, but I don't know.
I was gonna
Took a
say,
really odd caster curse is a strategy. I'm here for it.
it worked out for you, especially the you're a little bit dangerous hanging out around the edges there, but worked out and
Ignoring its instructions, but yeah, it did okay.
yeah, advancing to our
Well, I for one would love to
semifinals.
see. I would love to see another this more snail mode in the future and see Space Eater come back, because I know it's been extremely competitive in previous tournaments, and I think with a little bit more time to simmer on snail mode, I'm scared.
Yeah, for sure, right? I think we'll try to do some more snail mode eventually, and we'll see Space Eater definitely come back, I imagine. Let us. Oh wow, that was a perfect click. Let us take a look at our semifinals that we just generated the brackets for.
Oh, we got two snails head to head in Group A. Two very aggressive
Yes.
snails that we've seen a lot of wall attacks from.
Yeah. Our two snails, and then we got Coolest Snake and Tanga to round out our semifinal A group. And then our semifinal B group here, we've got Shapeshifter, you with Snakeology, Bamboozle Snake, and Jaguar. We've got some good spicy Battlesnake games coming up, it looks like. Um, but while we run this semifinal in the background and get it ready, you mentioned chess mode a second ago, and I think maybe we could, take a quick break and chat about that,
Yeah,
or and then open it up to any, in chat if you have other ideas for fun game modes or something. Let the team know, and snail mode came from the community, and would be fun to get some more maps. But you want to chat about chess mode a bit and give it a little
sure. Yeah,
explanation?
so to give a little bit of a more academic breakdown, I think we're all nerds here. It's a safe space. So on the game design side, you've got it's called the MDA framework. You've got mechanics, which is just the rules, and on the other end, you've got aesthetics, which is how players feel as they're playing. But in the middle, the often ignored dynamics, which is what are things that show up or patterns that you see that arise from the mechanics and inform the aesthetics, but aren't hard coded anywhere. And I think one that's really interesting, we talked about this a bunch so far today, is tree search. I think we see a lot of very competitive tree search snakes. And I think we should, right? The 500 milliseconds is a budget that you are given to spend well. I can say that mine spends it extremely poorly because it responds really, really quickly. You could certainly take a lot more time and make better decisions. That's the idea, right? Chess mode, as it were, is adds an additional way for a snake to die, which is, as I would understand it, the a snake has a total lifespan of a certain amount of time. Let's say that's 20 seconds, right? And so if you're writing a snake that goes up against that 500 millisecond timeout every time, then what's the sloppy math on this? 40 turns, 50
Yeah,
turns, somewhere in there. And so if you want to see those snakes progress into the 100, 200 turns, then they need to better budget that time. And I think you'd see, so it's exactly like we're seeing a bunch in the chat. Yes, it is exactly like the clock used in tournament chess, but it's the decision that the snake is making. So I think you see a lot less tree search is a lot less obvious than the dynamics, right? I think you see it as a little bit more of a risky play that, okay, you could do some really aggressive and really clever things with a tree search, but maybe you also want to mix in other ways of making decisions because you might want to go really fast right at the beginning, right? Things are kind of opening up. Only spend that 10, 20 milliseconds to make a safe play. And then as you get closer, longer snakes, more down to the wire, starting to see some patterns, break out some of that tree search, and especially some other tree search algorithms that make more imperfect but faster decisions.
yeah. So yeah, I think chess mode is going to be a fun one. It doesn't exist yet, just for any of the Battlesnake developers. We're still figuring it out, yet to be implemented. But I think we'll see an implementation of chess mode relatively soon, just because it sounds like a fun one. And that time control, just adding another dimension, feels really exciting. A different thing to think about for sure.
Absolutely.
Um, Awesome. Chillfox is posting links to some discussion boards for the time and chess mode. So if you have ideas or feedback, go to the Twitch chat and find those links, and let us know what you're thinking. Or if you have ideas for other modes that do fun things with hazards or time or whatever, Um, I love that. I think for these community tournaments, doing different game modes and stuff is a lot of fun. So would love to see what other people have some ideas for.
Well, and thank you, Corey, for leading this off and running the first one and kind of
Yeah,
organizing a lot of this. Yeah, I hope to see more in the future.
yeah. And with that, I think we're ready to play some semifinal games.
All
We
right.
we got them ready, so let us pull up our first one. Okay, this is going to be semifinal A, match one. So this is the same rules as we've been doing through all the other rounds. So we're going to do the two games, and the two winning snakes will advance to our finals. And then in the finals, it'll be a little different. It'll be the first snake to 3 wins is going to be our final winner. So that'll be how that goes in the finals. But first, we got to get through these semifinals here. And so let's kick off semifinal A. We got Battlesnake or Battle Snail, sorry, in the top here. We got Coolest Snake on the left, Soma Mini down on the bottom, and Tenga on the right. And this is our double snail bracket with Battle Snail and Soma Mini, and we'll see if the
That's right.
snail heads help them out in snail mode here today. Let's find out. Okay, Soma got the middle food. Oh, Tenga got out pretty
Whoa, really
early.
fast, really aggressive there in the middle.
Yeah. And now we've got head-to-head Battle Snail and Coolest Snake. Battle Snail's really getting the center of the board at the moment. I feel like as I say things, they almost always stop happening, but that's okay.
Yeah, we were
Oh,
seeing a lot. Oh, well played there. Good
that
escape by Battle Snail.
yeah, good tail chase, just counted just right. That's one of those cases where I think the snake knew it before I did visually. I thought they trapped themselves.
Yeah, same. That
Um,
was
but but Battle Snail coming out with the win there. What is it? Just coolest. Oh, Battlesnell has the length for sure. Has a huge advantage there, and is
cool
able to
snake.
just like force the head-to-head positions and give coolest snake not much of a spot to go.
Though again, credit to Coolest Snake for going out with the head to head. If you got the choice between the stacked
Mm,
hazards or going head to head, you got to go out in glory,
you
right?
got to take the head-to-head. Yeah, and then the other thing that I think is interesting is you see Battle Snail kind of like doing a tail chase on the hazards here, right? Following the hazard as it disappears here, taking a
Yeah.
little bit of damage, but like, enough that it wasn't a big deal, and coming away with the win there at the end.
Props to Battles now. I mean, might be overthinking it, but it really looks like they spent a lot of time getting the snake to understand the rules
Yeah,
because we're seeing a lot of really clever little plays that are only possible understanding exactly how snail mode works.
yeah, for sure. It's fun to see. Definitely some specific programming went into that. It definitely seems like, which is fun to see. Josh
So
in
well done, Battle
chat.
Snail. Congratulations. Well done, Confessor.
Yes, yes, well done. We're gonna rewind just a little bit because we wanted to see how Soma got out in chat. So let's watch that. We got Soma in the bottom here. We're just gonna watch the beginning here. It was pretty quick. We lost 2 snakes early. So Tanga. Oh, that one's an interesting one. Just to see Tanga on the top right corner here. Looks like they have some ways out, but actually does what I like to call the forbidden move and runs back on their neck there. So that's an interesting one.
Very. Yeah, and decided very quickly that that's what it wanted to do.
Yeah. And then Soma here was trapped in the middle, just lots of hazard around them. Oh, but that's not how they got out. Oh,
Nope, head to
they went to
head.
this head to head. And maybe they don't have too much, they're just low on health, so they might not have too many options here. So the head to head might have been their honorable death option there as well. Um,
I know Tenga was the one tagged as classy, but I think we've got four very classy
yeah,
snakes here.
yeah, that is definitely a classy. We had some classy ways out in this one for sure. So congrats to Battle Snail here, coming away with the win. I guess I don't need to go through all of it again, but we're most of the way there. We'll see it in hyperspeed quickly. And there we go. Battle Snail taking out Coolest Snake at the top.
210 in the chat is talking about some sort of UI changes. It would be really interesting. It's got the text there, but if there were is there iconography for the way that a snake goes out? It'd be fun to, a
Oh,
little victory
yeah.
trophy on the winner, but then some others, oh, it lost head to head, or it did the forbidden move, or it ran out of bounds, or it died by timeout, or
Yeah, that would be fun. We could add some icons. I like that. And I definitely like calling out the forbidden move specifically, just because that's a fun one to see.
it is.
Okay, so semifinals match 2. We've got 3 snakes left. We've got Coolest Snake over on the left, Soma Mini on the bottom, and Tanga up here on the right. We keep getting these yellow and orange themed matches going. I like it. There's definitely some color theory going on somewhere.
Yeah.
And let's see who can make it to our finals here. Okay. Tanga gets the center food for a slight lead in food. And everyone... Oh! And then it does a body collision, and we're down to about an even food race in Soma and Coolest. Coolest's got it a little bit, but no one's very hungry, it doesn't
Good
seem like.
escape there by Coolest. 2 of them.
I say that, and then Coolest gets a lot of food.
Taking some
Oh!
more of the middle.
What happened there? Soma! Okay, they're kind of on their own, and Soma decides to go left here.
I think it tries
And
to go for the escape and it misses and hits the
yeah,
wall instead.
yeah, it doesn't. It can't tail chase. Just no, can't get to that position, and
And
trapped
and
itself
like
in
we
the
should
wall.
like you called out last time. You pointed this out last time that Soma again running really low on health. I think looking for that food, looking
Mm-hmm.
for that escape, looking for some longevity and not having it.
Yeah, yeah. This one's an interesting one though, right? Like Soma has enough health that going right out here seems safe. But an interesting move to go
I
left.
would like to see, as a newcomer again, I would like to see the actual health value on there on some of these replays because it kind of
Yeah.
helps see where the decision making is coming from. I know mine takes its health into account, whether or not to prioritize food heavier than say escapes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you definitely don't get it, and especially when you're trying to count like with how much hazard damage is going to do and stuff. Would be nice to
But it
get a
looks like
number
it's
there.
down in the 20s and it's getting pretty low. So I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe that's why it went left. But otherwise, hey, well played, Soma, into the end every
yeah.
time, and Coolest Snake making it to the finals.
Congrats on the finals, Coolest Snake. And that'll do our semifinal A. Let's pull up semifinal B. Okay. Semifinal B coming at ya. Semifinal B match 1. In the bottom left here, we got Bamboozle Snake. In the top right, we've got Shapeshifter. In the bottom right, we've got Snakeology. And in the top left, we've got Jaguar. And this will be a good one. Got some good snakes in all of these semifinals. Let us see who can
All right.
advance to the finals here. Everyone takes their own food. And hanging out. Oh, Shapeshifter ran into Jaguar's body in there in the middle. The middle gets very busy quickly in this game mode. We lost Bamboozle to a head-to-head with Snakeology. Snakeology took him out. Uh-oh, Snakeology on the wall there. Was dangerous with
Very
Jaguar.
dangerous. Didn't take an early out it had to and just went head to head with
Yeah.
Jaguar and lost by 1.
Yeah, there's not too much of a length difference. And yeah, that's interesting, right? You could maybe... Oh, they have the same length here. I didn't realize that. They're at 9.
Yeah.
Jaguar got the food for the 10 there. And that'll be what decided it kind of in that last move.
Well played by Jaguar. Well played.
Good game, Jaguar. I just want to rewind here. We'll see how these snakes got out for the semifinals. We'll just go all the way back. We'll watch Shapeshifter first. So Shapeshifter, I think, just kind of gets caught up in the chaos of the center here. Gets trapped in, and then... Oh yeah, this is one that's potentially interesting. It looks to me like up is moderately safe. But again, Can't say for certain. And it looks like Shapeshifter just ran into the body there. So unfortunate death by Shapeshifter. And then what happens with Bamboozle Snake? Like, you
Bamboozle
know.
really gets mixed up in here,
Oh,
and
they just get sandwiched between the other two.
this is the Tron move, right? This is
Yes.
that two snakes right up against, no way out.
No
But
way
it
out.
honorable death, head to head.
Yeah, and both of the snakes have the one length on it. It's not like, one head to head was better than the other. Just
No,
just an unfortunate sandwich between them. Okay, well, congrats Jaguar on advancing to our finals. And let's pull up semifinal B match 2. Okay, so we've got our 3 snakes left here. We've got Bamboozle Snake on the right, Shapeshifter on the bottom, and Snakeology up in the top. Let's see who can join our other 3 snakes in the finals. Okay. Bamboozle Snake got the center food, and wow, that was a quick semifinals there.
whoa!
Let's see, we'll just go all the way back.
They went head to head, equal length.
Yeah. So
That
everyone
is
gets their first food and gets the same. Bamboozle gets the center one to get a little bit of a lead. And then Shapeshifter and Snakeology they both decide they want that spot. Oh, and they both have the 50-50 for the most part, right?
yeah. Yeah.
I guess
They're
Shapeshifter could have.
complete same health, same length.
Oh yeah, yeah. And then the both taken out. Bamboozle will take that though, and we'll move
Yeah.
on to the finals.
Congratulations. I see
Congrats.
Jonathan calling out that the shapeshifter seems bugged. Likewise, Snakeology seems to love doing these tied head to head matchups, especially if there's food in between. Can't resist.
Right? The food's just too tempting sometimes.
But that was still like that's an honorable way for both of those snakes to go. Congratulations, Bamboozle Snake.
Yeah. Okay, and that will wrap up our semifinals and get us into our finals. So let's see, just clicked the generate button there. Let's see what those brackets are going to look like. Bracket view, refresh. Okay. I guess we knew what the final brackets was. There wasn't any
Right.
randomness there, but that's okay. We've got Battlesnake, Coolest Snake, Bamboozle Snake, or sorry, I said Battle Snail. Gotta be right on the name here. Coolest Snake, Bamboozle Snake, and Jaguar. And so yeah, this is gonna be the finals. I hadn't thought about this till just now, but we are at the finals now. So I think we're gonna take just a second, and I'm gonna see if I can figure out how to get a Twitch poll going. Because those are always fun to add to the stream. So let's see if I know how to do this.
And this is not 3 matches. This is 3 wins total. So we'll keep
Yeah.
rerunning until we get to 3 wins.
Exactly. Okay, so who will... so actually, let's see. I think we should just do... We're just going to do an overall poll here. We're just going to say what snake is the first to 3 wins and who's gonna come away with our championship here. Who will win our first community tournament? I'm gonna have to type these in manually, but that's totally fine. So give me just a sec, team. And actually here, let me pull up something else really quick. You'll have to remind me, did I mention that we have some prizes made by our community for this tournament?
I don't think you did.
I don't
Sounds
think
like a
so
wonderful
either.
time.
So let's take a look at that. We have an awesome community in Battlesnake, and one of our awesome community members, Extagon, has been working on some prize packs for the winners of this tournament here. And he sent me this awesome teaser image earlier today. Let me pull that up and put that on screen for you all. He's been working on some 3D printed stuff, and this is a nice little Snail Mode little
Nice.
placard figure. And a Extagon in chat, please correct me if I get this wrong, but I believe the plan is that this nice little snail mode placard is going to go to our winner, and Hexagon has also been working on some snake fidget spinners that, do the spinning fidget spinner style stuff, and I believe the final version of that is going to go to the winner, and our finalists are going to get some of the prototype versions while he was, getting the 3D printing and model working.
Awesome.
So
So envious. That's great. That's awesome. Nice
yeah,
little plaque for your desk. Snail mode. I won the first ever community tournament for Battlesnake.
exactly. Can't beat that. So thank you, Hexagon, for doing that and giving us some prize packs to share. It's gonna take me
Very good.
just a moment to get this set up, but that's okay. Battle Snail over here. Coolest snake. And then we've got Bamboozle Snake. And our last one here is gonna be Jaguar. Yes, everyone can use teamwork tokens. That sounds like a fun thing to do, and we'll run this for like 2 minutes just to give y'all a little bit of time to get your answers in. And okay, current poll running. Let me know if I didn't do that right, everyone in chat, but it looks like we have a poll running for the winner of this tournament. Ooh, and checking out chat here now, Hexagon is also going to be uploading the models for these 3D printed things. So if you have a 3D printer or, have a friend that has a 3D printer, you can print your own little placards or the fidget toys that he's been working on. So thank you, Hexagon. That is awesome.
You can also check with your library. A lot of
Oh.
libraries now rocking 3D printers.
Oh wow, I don't think I realized that. I will have to check that out. That's a good one. Okay, so this is going, it looks like Battle Snail is currently in the lead of our poll, but we will let it run for another little bit. Thank you everyone for tuning into the tournament today. This has been so much fun, and we've got some really good games. Everyone, I'm really happy that everyone, optimized for snail mode. We saw a lot of snakes who really knew the rules, and was
Yeah.
super fun to see.
Yeah, agreed. Very cool.
Oh, okay though. Our poll is changing things up. Jaguar is pulling ahead. Got 7 votes now. As we wrap up the last 30-ish seconds of our poll here. So everyone, get your last minute votes in, and we will be jumping to the finals here in just a few minutes. Okay, let's see here. Can't vote against the champion. Yeah, it's hard. These votes are hard. There's no easy answers here today. Okay, and it looks like the poll got closed. Jaguar is our champion here with 7 votes. But it was pretty close. Battle Snail had 6 and Bamboozle had 5. So we got a pretty close tournament, or a pretty close finals here. So with that, let's get these final games going.
Yeah, I really feel like chat voted for a close game more than voting for a particular snake.
I am fine with that though. Oh, I
Can't
just
disagree.
clicked the wrong button, so we've got another 30 or 40 seconds to kill here, stream. Sorry about that. I started a test game for the finals, so all you finalists, you get one wake-up game to practice. So yeah, just chatting about Battlesnake tournaments in general, since, like you were
Yeah.
mentioning, there's lots of great ways to host your Battlesnake, and some of those places have some awesome free tiers where you can get your snake hosted for free to get started out, and there's a few of them that will, if your snake hasn't played in a while and gotten any requests, it'll spin down your servers, and they'll go to sleep for a little while to save servers costs and stuff like that. So what we try
Yeah.
to do when we run tournaments is we try to make sure there's at least a test game for all the snakes to make sure that any snake who was asleep had time to wake up and realize what was going on. Um, and yeah, so we ran those this morning, and then I accidentally clicked the button to do another one for the finals.
Mm.
So they're getting a little warm up round in, and then we will jump into the finals. Oh, Hexagon in chat though. I did a poll instead of a prediction. Then people can bet their channel points until the reveal. Ooh, okay. Well, we're already waiting, so let's see if that's an option, because that would be fun. We're already hanging out for a second, and we could have that happen while the finals run. Oh, start a prediction. There we go.
Yeah, a little bit top to bottom. Again, we've got Battle Snail written in, as long as the tags are accurate, written in Kotlin with some understanding of area control. Another tree search min-max snake. That's fine. Coolest snake, Rust represent. With again, alpha beta, get some more tree search to try and find the optimal move here. Got Bamboozle Snake in true pirate fashion. No details. Just flying that black flag. Not going to tell you nothing until I'm, firing all these cannons in your face. And then Jaguar got some TypeScript running on Linode. And it's also a heuristic bot, but says that it tries to do a little bit of area control and some iterative deepening there on its heuristic predictions.
There we go. And the predictions should be up if you want to redo your votes for the poll, but now you can spend your teamwork tokens or channel points if you have those. And we'll do the gambling style. That's gonna run for 5 minutes, but I don't think we need to wait for that, and we will let some games start running while we let you spend your teamwork tokens.
All right, and one more time, we're looking for 3 wins here. Take it all.
We are looking for 3 wins. So
Get a very nice 3D printed Snail Mode plaque.
Yes. Thank you again, Hexagon, for that. Okay, so we are running this game now. And so let me get it copied over. There's a slight chance that we will catch up to this one while it's running, but we will try our best to not make these games too slow and get started. There we go. Okay. So, our finals match 1, like we've been saying, I'll do it one more time. This is going to be the first to 3 wins, so we could have a total of, I think, 8 games maximum? Maybe? Something like that, before we find the winner. So, let's get started here. We've got Bamboozle Snake on the right, Battle Snail up top, Coolest Snake on the left, and Jaguar here on the bottom. And let's get this running and see how we do.
Right, fight snakes, fight.
Okay, all 4 are hanging out for a bit. Good to see in the finals. These finals
really tight moves.
Yeah, the center gets really crazy when all 4 snakes are hanging out on the board for a while. Okay, we're down to a head-to-head now.
Real quick, back-to-back deaths there in the middle. Bamboozle Snake making some really smart escapes there.
Got a relatively long one going here. Up to 150 turns. Each snake kind of hanging out. Oh, we might have
so we're caught up, I think.
Yep, we're doing this real time now. I didn't click the run button fast enough, but that's okay. Now we can see live the 450 milliseconds or so that each snake takes to think. That would also be just chatting about chess mode while we wait here. That would be interesting to see that in real time too, because you'd like see the snakes take more or less time.
Watch the clock tick down the whole time, right?
Yeah.
Or I guess you'd watch the slowest snake's clock tick down.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, let's rewind just a little bit and see what happened. Bamboozle Snake does come away with our first win there and traps Jaguar at the bottom.
Really, yep, really want up some area control there. Jaguar tried to take some of the food on the bottom. I think running low on health, had to take the bottom rather than staying on the right,
Yep.
and got stuck.
Just
Well
just
played
got
by both.
trapped. Yeah, good game. 200 and 15 turns was relatively long for these snail mode games, but that was a good win by Bamboozle Snake. Nice job and nice match from everyone there.
Yeah, like you said, so you mentioned eight. It would be decided in as many as 9 rounds. I think
9.
Wilson
Okay.
pointed it
Thank
out
you.
in chat as well. But that's right. If each one wins twice, we'll get eight. And so that
Yep.
ninth
Okay.
game.
The
So I'm
ninth
also
would be
hoping
the
for
final.
full 9 games. It'd be great to see. So that
Yeah.
was the first one down. Bamboozle Snake, 1 win in the bag.
Let's see. Yeah, it always is good to see along like, 9 games finals would always be fun. Okay, sorry, I was losing my mouse between my multiple desktops. I think I am good now.
Perfect.
Okay, finals match 2. Let's see. Let's do our positioning again, just so we don't lose track. Bamboozle Snake, our first, has 1 win and is in the top right. Battle Snail in the bottom left. Coolest Snake in the bottom right. And Jaguar in the top left. Let's see how this second round of finals turns out. Battlesnake. Okay. All the
Yeah, my
snakes
music.
just starts out pretty chaotic as they all dive to the center, it feels like, in these finals. Bamboozle Snake's hanging out in the center, but then gets hazarded
Oh,
as I say that.
yeah.
That was definitely a caster curse for sure.
I think we're also seeing a lot of, like we saw right now with Bamboozle Snake, sorry, Battle Snail. A lot of really low health. Yeah, the snake's really
Yeah.
pushing it down to the wire.
Getting long too. Both Coolest Snake and Jaguar, 20 and 15. With and
Oh,
we reached real time again.
Jaguar escape? Yes, look at that.
And yeah, the when your snakes get this long, the hazards also get very long, and
Very long.
the area control becomes important. Oh, Coolest Snake maybe boxed themselves in, but might have a way out. Uh-oh. Oh, the tail chase. Look at that, Coolest Snake. Good job getting out of that there. Oh. Oh, the food saved Coolest Snake.
Both snakes doing some tail chasing.
Ooh, Brad, I like that in chat. I think I could potentially make that happen just in another minute or two here.
Yeah, I need
Coolest
some
Snake.
music and maybe some sound effects.
Yes, sound effects. That would definitely do it for sure. This was a real nice long game. Both these snakes were doing area control really well. It looks like at the end here, Jaguar's, well, Coolest Snake is even longer, but Jaguar's length kind of got the best of them.
Got in the way and they wound up with an odd number. I don't know if it's an odd or even number or whatever,
Oh,
such that they can't literally tail chase because they get that
yeah.
off by 1.
The off by 1 tail chase is like especially brutal in this snail mode, it
That's
seems
right.
like. So good job, Coolest Snake. Staying alive and
A
getting a
lot.
win in the finals.
Agreeing with General Error here. These escapes, not just Cool Snake, but both, are just making really incredible escapes in that game.
Yeah. Yeah, there was quite a few times when I really thought that they were trapped much earlier than they were. But they were
They
doing
keep
some good
finding that
escapes.
tail chase to get their way out of being boxed in, and then find a little bit more food and keep going.
Yeah, right?
Great game. Great game.
Great game. Okay, let's load up this second one here. Or not the second one. This is our third match. Okay, so in scoring here, we have Bamboozle Snake has won 1, and our second win just came from Coolest Snake. And so we will see if they can continue with getting their wins, or if someone else will can get on the board and maybe force us to some game 8 or game 9 eventually even. Okay, so we got Bamboozle in the top left, We got Coolest Snake in the top right. We got Battle Snail in the bottom left. And Jaguar in the bottom right. And this is still running in the background, so I'm actually going to take the time here for just a second, and I really loved Brad's idea for the finals. So if you tuned in at the very beginning of the stream and caught the first few minutes, one thing you might have noticed was an awesome Battlesnake themed song that has been put together by our own Hextagon. And if I can find it quickly, I will play that for our finals here, because it would be awesome to have some background music. So let's open that up here, and that's going to be very loud. I'm not sure if you're going to hear this, Schoonology, just because I don't think the audio is up, but chat, I think you should be hearing Hextagon's song in the background, but correct me if you do not. And hopefully it's quiet enough that I'm not deafening anybody, but please let me know. Okay, and this is our match 3 of our finals. And we'll do the positioning one more time here real quick. In the top left, we've got Bamboozle Snake. Bottom left, we've got Battle Snail. Top right, we've got Coolest Snake. And bottom right, we've got Jaguar. And thank you, Brad. Let's go a little bit less music. How about right there? Hopefully that'll be a little more in the background. And multiple monitors. Okay. Here we go for match 3 of our finals. Let's kick it off. Everyone avoiding the center food at first, but then we got Coolest Snake with the food lead here. All 4 snakes hanging out for quite a while there, though. Oh, Battle Snail got forced to the wall, it looked like. And Coolest Snake still got the length advantage for sure.
I think we're seeing a lot more tail chasing in these finals than we were in the matches.
I think that's got to be one of the reasons these games are going a bit longer as well. Fun to see these long games in the finals.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. My music stopped there. Sorry about that, team.
Jaguar, Coolest Snake head-to-head. Coolest Snake coming out.
Oh, with the much longer snake there.
You mentioned that length advantage.
Yeah. Coolest Snake is doing really good with the length advantage. I really thought it might not always be an advantage, because I thought it might get tricky. But Coolest Snake
got a little aggressive, it looked like, trying to get in the middle there, trying to get in Bamboozle Snake's face.
Yeah. But they, for the most part there, they did a really good job of controlling their size. I was impressed.
Very well done.
So Bamboozle Snake.
Second win for Bamboozle Snake. One away from taking it home.
Yeah, this could be it now. Bamboozle Snake has 2, and they just are looking for that 3rd. Let's get this match 4 up. Not sure how audible the lyrics of this song are just at the moment, but I love this little verse of lyrics about always going right is always the right move, Hextagon. It's a great bit of Battlesnake lore thrown into the track. Okay, finals match 4. We're looking for Bamboozle Snake to maybe get their 3rd win and come away with the finals here. So they are.
Coolest Snake is looking to catch up with one more.
Yeah. And then both Battle Snail and Jaguar here are looking for their first win of the finals here. Hopefully we can extend it a little more, but maybe Bamboozle is just gonna take it away here. And so let's give them their chance and see how these finals go. Okay. All 4 snakes for a bit, no super early eliminations.
Oh, making it 50 turns.
Nice. Oh, Battle Snail head-to-head with Jaguar there. Got
Took
taken
the honorable
out.
way out, smashed up against the wall there.
Jaguar here has the length advantage on Snake. We've seen Snake be very long. Oh, but they collided with itself, and now we've got Jaguar and Bamboozle. So here, can Bamboozle take it away? Or is... Oh, yep, we're alive now. Or is Jaguar gonna get their first win on the board and get us to a game 5 here?
Really early tail chasing.
Yep. Oh, maybe Bamboozle's in a little trap. I can't tell quite yet. It was.
Yes, indeed. Good
were.
area control by Jaguar.
Yeah, Jaguar did some, had some area control, controlled the, tail, the hazard sauce trail there, and just kind of created a little box that Bamboozle couldn't get out of. Good good game there, Jaguar, pushing our finals for another match. Love to see a match 5.
Good job getting on the board there, Jaguar.
Yeah. And while I clicked the thing to start match 5, but while I give it just a second to run, I am just curious to take a look at what our prediction was looking like. So I think the prediction was closed now, and Bamboozle Snake is in the lead, had 59% of the votes. Battle Snail was coming in second there with 24, and Jaguar had 16% of the votes. So Bamboozle is, seeming to be the fan favorite in chat as well. But you never know. It's looking like pretty even so far. So I think we could definitely see some other snake coming away with it. Let's get match 5 pulled up here. And yeah, echoing what Brad is saying in chat, I am also super impressed with how everyone got Snail Mode implemented and how well adapted all these snakes are for the mode. I think we only gave people like 5 weeks of lead time before I announced Snail Mode and this tournament happening, so everyone did a really good job getting something together really quickly. Super fun to see. Okay, match 5 here. Bamboozle Snake on the right, Battle Snail on the left, Coolest up top, and Jaguar in the bottom. Let's see, Bamboozle is still trying to get their 3rd win again and end it, or someone else is trying to extend these finals for another game. Let's see how it goes. Oh, everyone's avoiding that center food until Bamboozle stole it. Bamboozle's got the center on lock, it looks like, but everyone else is hanging out in their corners. Oh, Coolest Snake ran out of health, it looks like. Couldn't get to a food. And so we've got Bamboozle, Battle, and Jaguar left here at the moment. Oh, we lost Battle Snail, so it's Jaguar and Bamboozle, just like the end of the last one. And good head-to-head. Bamboozle's got the middle of the board, pretty hazard walled up it looks like, but Jaguar's hanging out on the edge, minding their own business.
Yeah. Biding its time.
Oh, we made it to live. It's always fun to see these finals be some really good long matches.
Yeah,
I like
Bamboozle with the length advantage, saw Jaguar bail rather than go head-to-head.
Bamboozle just had the nice tail chase to get themselves an exit. Well timed. Oh.
Jaguar catching up on length.
Yep, Bamboozle is finding ways out of each of these little holes. Uh-oh, is that it for Jaguar? Nope, they had the tail chase.
Nope.
They had it.
Clutch little escape there. Might find a path through the sauce here.
Oh, the food helped for sure.
Jaguar now has length.
Oh
Can we
yes,
use it?
Jaguar did take the. Oh, wow.
Oh,
That was
so close.
close. Good job, Jaguar, at the end there, but I was a little worried for you. Let's rewind just a little bit. Yeah, so like
Oh,
right
yeah,
around
Jaguar only
here.
had another couple turns there.
Yeah, Jaguar was close, but they had the length, right? So that boxes Bamboozle from going tail chasing. And just Bamboozle just didn't have a way out, but like you were saying, Jaguar only had, what is it, 1 or 2 more turns there.
Yep.
Before it ended up. Though actually, I'm wondering if this is a I know I'm gonna win, so I'm gonna do the fun thing kind of move. That's what it might look like here from Jaguar.
You know what? That might as well be what it is, because that's
Yeah,
the choice they've made. So we might as well assume that
we're
Jaguar
gonna
is just having fun.
exactly.
Just
They were
wants an
going on
extra
their
snack before it gets pulled out of the arena, right?
yeah exactly. They were on their victory lap right there.
Just hungry.
Good job, Jaguar. Okay, well that puts us at an even 2 wins for Jaguar and 2 wins for Bamboozle Snake. Battle Snail is still looking for their first win, and Coolest Snake is looking to get another on the board after their first win earlier. So this is a comeback though for Jaguar so far. They didn't have any wins at first, and now they've got the last 2 locked down. So let's see what happens in our match 6 here. I'm personally hoping for a Battle Snail or a Coolest Snake victory here, just so we can keep seeing more finals. But Jaguar and Bamboozle are looking to lock in the win here. Quickly, we got Bamboozle on the right, Battle Snail up top, Coolest on the left, and Jaguar on the bottom. Let's do this finals match 6. Okay. Bamboozle and Battle Snail getting some food early. Battle Snail with a food lead now. Oh, not quite. Bamboozle. Coolest Snake unfortunately got pushed out in a corner.
Bamboozle seems to be pretty consistently getting that middle food. Jaguar already out.
Yeah, Jaguar also looks like they ran out of health there. And so we got Battle Snail and Bamboozle in the head-to-head here. Oh wow, I thought Bamboozle was trapped, but they were not, and won it with a head-to-head there at the end. Wow, nice job, Bamboozle Snake.
Had the length advantage. Used it.
Yeah,
Went head to head with Battle Snail.
I was getting worried for him right around here there. I didn't think they had the tail chase out, but they did, and forced the head-to-head here with Battle Snail. Nice win, Bamboozle Snake.
And it's very respectful. I want to point out that if you back up a few moves, Bamboozle noticed, I think, that Battle Snail ate some food, which would have prevented the tail chase from continuing, and went up
Oh,
instead of continuing on. So
ah,
that
right
was
here.
pretty clutch. Right here, pretty clutch
Yeah.
decision. Battle Snail gets the food, and Bamboozle, rather than trying to continue tail chasing, decides to go up instead,
And
preventing the
then
collision
and then
or the sauce.
times it perfectly there for that head-to-head. Yeah,
Great
nice.
timing, clutch finish.
Yep, clutch finish. Very good knowledge of the tail chasing there, not trying to go for it when it was dangerous. And coming away with the win. So congrats, Bamboozle Snake. That is gonna make you our winner of our first ever community tournament with Snail Mode. Congrats.
Congratulations.
Let's see. I
Well
think if I
played.
click
Well played,
end,
everybody. These were
yeah,
just really awesome games.
yeah, these were great games. I loved seeing everyone's preparation for Snail Mode, and was so fun to see everything out. So there we go. Our champion is Bamboozle Snake by Less Hack. Congratulations. It was you had your first 2 wins early, and Jaguar gave you a run for the money at the end, but you were able to pull it off, and congratulations. And so I think all of the finalists are gonna get a prize pack from Extagon. So I think he will be, contacting you in Discord or whatever, soon to arrange that. So thank you again to Extagon for sponsoring that and making that happen. And thank you for all of our competitors. This was awesome. We thought about this community tournament, a few weeks, month or two ago, and I definitely did not think we were gonna get a full 32 participants. But you all have been awesome and made for an amazing tournament. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And thank you for co-hosting with me. Was great to have you, and always good to have someone to not be alone on stream here.
My pleasure. This was great. Really enjoying Battlesnake and the community.
Yeah. And I just completed our prediction in Twitch chat, and now I know why Exagon was pushing for that prediction. He wanted to win his almost 1.5K teamwork tokens from the prediction here. So nice job, everyone who participated in the prediction, and thank you, everyone. And with that, that's about all I've got for today. Thank you, everyone, for coming along and participating in this tournament.
Yeah, maybe I'll make one more prediction. I know
Yeah,
a lot of the Snake devs are on Discord, so
yes.
maybe we'll have a little after party over in one of the video channels over there to talk about the results and some of the snakes.
Yeah, that sounds great. And while we mention the Discord, if you are not in the Battlesnake Discord and would like to be, head on over to play.battlesnake.com to the site and just scroll all the way down to the footer. And under community, there is a nice Discord link which will get you invited to the Discord where you can come hang out and chat anything Battlesnake with us.
And if you're
Um,
watching this and you haven't yet put a Battlesnake in the ring over on the left there, that read the docs link as you get signed in, they're very written, in my opinion, they're very well written docs on how the game works and how to get started. You run your own server, as Corey said at the top of the stream. It only has to respond to 4 JSON requests, and you can be playing with equally terribly coded snakes, terrible bots that still have a lot of fun. So I highly
yeah.
recommend it.
If you're looking to get started, on the quick start guide, there's even a about 5-minute video that Andrew, one of the community managers, made about getting started and deployed in under 5 minutes. So you can get started really quick on some of these hosted platforms if you are wanting to participate and try out Battlesnake. Um, and with that, I think we will wrap up here. The last thing that I wanted to say was that I loved having this tournament today, and I hope everyone did as well. And like we said earlier, if you have an idea for the next community tournament, either a mode or something you like to see different, come in Discord and let us know. Chess mode is definitely sounding interesting, but if you have other ideas, I would love to hear them in Discord. So come over and we will figure out what the plan is for another tournament in a little bit. And with that, I think we will wrap up today. Thank you everyone for coming out for the tournament, and thank you everyone for making snakes and making this a great time. It was fun seeing all the games today. Um,
Absolutely. Thanks, everybody.
yeah, so thank you for joining me. Skinology, it was great to have you, and thanks for
My
all the
pleasure.
competitors. And we'll see you over on Discord, I think.
See you on Discord.
Have a good day, everyone. Talk to you later.